My name is Caitlin Ferguson. I am a fractional COO, which means I go in and I help founders of professional services firms and SaaS startups with process, people, profit through partnership.
I'd love for you to get a little bit more into detail for that, especially those who are coming out of school, high school, college, and they're like, what? Yes.
So I'm not on the funding side. I'm on the help people build the business side. If you and I were talking tomorrow about how to build your company, it could be, okay, what are the first few people you need to hire? What are the sales strategies you need to make sure that you're hitting the right ideal consumer profile? Hiring more people, having a second to office, all sorts of things like that.
What has been a scenario that you've recently went through in regard to adulting that you're currently overcoming right now? And for our younger audience members out here who are going through a similar path, what tips or advice would you give them?
So I launched my business in August. It's the second business I've ever helped get off the ground. Everybody says start before you're ready, and it's true. You're never going to feel 100% ready to make the thing happen, but you're also not going to learn the skills until you get out and do it. The big one that I'm working on right now is figuring out how to do sales. Sales and marketing wasn't a skill I was taught in school. The good news is I'm also aware that I can just ask smart people around me. It's not easy always to go up to somebody and say, hey, this is where I'm struggling, but I've been blessed to have a handful of really good mentors that are willing to take the time and sit with me and walk me through things that may feel very basic to them, but are revelatory to me.
Any last pieces of advice, whether it be professionally or even personally in the field of adulthood?
I would say I have learned the most from being willing to take the risk, being willing to ask the mentor to coffee or the person that you admire to be your mentor, or to go out on a limb and ask for the role, or to apply to a job that you weren't entirely sure you were qualified for. I've had some of the biggest leaps forward in my career by being comfortable with the risks. I would say if you're coming up against an uncomfortable feeling and wondering if you should, check and make sure that you're not the person who's getting in your own way.
That part. That
And that's all of us at one point or another. That's been everybody.
Right. Yes.